It's time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Friday, July the 8th, 2022. Brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Memorial service for Jim Young's 77 of Muleshoe is set for 2 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, July the 20th, at the First Baptist Church in Muleshoe with Dr. Stacey Connor officiating. Jim died Monday, July the 4th in Lubbock. He was born July 25th, 1944 in Muleshoe. A celebration of life also will follow the service from 4 until 7 p.m. at the Desert Rose with a meal provided. Jim was a lifelong resident of Muleshoe, a member of the First Baptist Church. He was raised on the family farm in the Needmore area. His parents passed away when he was a young boy, and he spent the remaining years of high school being raised by his big brother John. Growing up, Jim was a great athlete, excelling in football, basketball, and track. In 2020, the Muleshoe Journal ranked the all-time greatest Muleshoe football players in the last 60 years. Jim came in at number 20 on that list. After graduating in 1962 from MHS, Jim attended Texas Tech on a football scholarship. After his freshman year, he transferred to WT in Canyon, where he played for legendary coach Joe Kerbel. Jim started all 3 years as a defensive back for the Buffs. When his playing time was done, Jim stayed on the coaching staff under Kerbel and coached the freshman team for 1 year. In 1964, Jim met Terry Nelson. They got married June 14th, 1966 in Canyon and had 2 sons. Jim realized his true calling in life and moved back to Muleshoe in 1967 to help his brother John run the family farm. Jim was an excellent farmer, having won many awards from several agricultural organizations. At one time, Jim was farming over 4,000 acres south of Muleshoe, raising mostly cotton, corn, and milo. From 1979 until 1983, Jim was co-owner of the Case Tractor dealership in Muleshoe. In 1983, he purchased Tim-bred cows in Thedford, Nebraska, and hauled them back to Muleshoe and started the Diamond Y Cattle Company. By 2000, the herd had grown to over 250 head, and Diamond Y was a full cattle operation consisting of mainly registered limousine cows and bulls. Jim was the president of the Texas Limousine Association and was also a board member of the North American Limousine Foundation. Jim loved to attend auctions, stock shows, and any meeting association with his cattle business. Jim loved life, his friends, watching football, and mostly his family. He was always up for a good time and loved to make people laugh. One of the things Jim was famous for was his ability to grab any available microphone, no matter the occasion, and sing Lukenbach, Texas. Whether he was a good singer or not is a highly debated topic amongst his friends. In the early 1960s, he earned the nickname Muleshoe Moaner from Dory Funk Sr. after Jim sang songs on Dory's weekly televised wrestling show in Amarillo. From there, a star was born. For decades, Jim hosted many successful pheasant hunts for all his old buddies and their kids. Hunting is a loose term, and the percentage of actual hunting that was done is still a mystery. He adored his grandchildren and was very involved in their upbringing. His family loved him beyond measure, and he will be greatly missed. He is preceded in death by his parents. Jim is survived by his wife Terry, his 2 sons Greg Young of Muleshoe, and Chris Young, and his wife Allison of Spring Branch, Texas. His sister Sue Young Rogers of Lubbock, his brother John Young and his wife Marilyn of Muleshoe, 6 grandchildren, Kennedy Young, Cameron Young, Cambridge Young, McCall Young, McKenna Williams, and Harper Young. And the family suggests memorials be sent to the Muleshoe Memorial Park, P.O. Box 373, Muleshoe, Texas 79347, or the Muleshoe Meals on Wheels program, 300 South 1st Street, Suite 110, Muleshoe, Texas 79347. Online condolences can be made at Ellis funeralhomes.com. And repeating, memorial service for Jim Young, 77 of Muleshoe, is set for 2 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, July the 20th, at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe, with Dr. Stacy Connor officiating. A celebration of life service will also follow the service from 4 until 7 p.m. at the Desert Rose, and a meal will be provided. Please keep Terry and Greg and Chris and all of their families on your prayer list. We love Jim, and we'll miss him greatly as well. He would call up here at the station, and I'd go by the house, and he would send me on a wild goose chase out south of town about history in the Baileyboro, Needmore areas, and it was always fun dealing with Jim Young. Look here in the next 24 hours or so as we go into this weekend. We will be remembering Jim Young with an interview that Mom did with him and his sister Sue on August the 16th of 2013, when we were honoring pioneer families on the 100th anniversary of the city of Muleshoe. And we interviewed Jim along with his sister Sue. Their pioneering parents, Mr. and Mrs. W.R. Young, came to Bailey County and purchased land in 1922 in the Longview area, married Johnny Merle in 1930. She was a school teacher in the Longview School, and if you don't know, the Longview School was on land that the Young family owned right next to their home place. And again, that interview was done August 16th, 2013, remembering our good friend and Muleshoe pioneer Jim Young. Saul Sanchez, 44 of Muleshoe, died Friday, July the 1st in Lubbock. He was born August 2nd, 1977 in Oregon to Francisco and Maria Carmen Herrera Sanchez. He married Araceli Ovalle in Greeley, Colorado on February the 4th, 1995. Memorial service was held Wednesday afternoon, July the 6th at the Ellis Funeral Home Chapel. Burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Saul enjoyed horse races and even owned some horses. He loved football, especially the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. He also was an avid Houston Astros fan. Saul was always the jokester and treasured spending time with his grandkids and the rest of his family. He also loved music. He is preceded in death by his father. Saul is survived by his wife, Araceli, 5 sons, Saul Sanchez Jr., his wife Diamond Lopez of Abernathy, Aaron Sanchez and his wife Xiomara of Muleshoe, Elio Ray Sanchez of Muleshoe, Christian Sanchez, also of Muleshoe, and Nehemiah Sanchez, also of Muleshoe. His daughter Ulissa Sanchez and her husband Jorge of Muleshoe, his mother Maria Carmen of Muleshoe, 2 brothers Freddie Sanchez and his wife Vanessa of Muleshoe, and Alfredo Sanchez and his wife Noemi of Earth. 5 grandchildren also survive him: Raiden Belmont, Elijah Belmont, Areli, Journey Sanchez, Amaziah Sanchez, all survive Saul. Please keep the family of Saul Sanchez, 44 in Muleshoe. His memorial service was held on Wednesday this past week, July the 6th, at Ellis Funeral Home Chapel. Burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park Cemetery. Pete Raymond Headinga, 70 of Farwell, died on July the 2nd after an optimistic and courageous fight against cancer. He was born October the 20th, 1951, to Gerben and Trinche Headinga in Artesia, California. Pete was the youngest of 4 children and the only one born in the United States after his parents immigrated from the Netherlands in May of 1950. Pete grew up in Artesia, California, where his father was part owner in a hay company. As a child, Pete enjoyed going to Disneyland with his siblings and loved toy cars and Tonka trucks. He attended school in Artesia, California, and worked at a nearby gas station while he was in high school. Pete graduated from Gar High School in 1969. After high school, Pete began his career in the dairy industry. He worked with a local family on their dairy farm. He also worked at their RV dealership. Then on October the 1st, 1972, Pete met the love of his life, Melody Ann Fisk. They got married at Zion Reformed Church in Artesia, California on April the 19th, 1974. They had 3 sons. Throughout this time, Pete continued working in the dairy business and driving trucks in California. Pete's love of cars grew over time, and he became an avid car collector and trader. He loved gearhead gatherings like car shows and swap meets, and it didn't matter how big or small the event was. If it had a motor, Pete was interested in it. His favorite car was always his gold 1971 Chevelle. It was the first new car he bought. As a family, they traveled to places like Pismo Beach and Lake Tahoe with their fifth-wheel trailer and friends. He enjoyed watching his boys ride four-wheelers, driving the boat when they went water skiing, and helping them fix up their own cars. Pete's family moved to from Oakdale, California, to Muleshoe in 2004 to grow their dairy business. He loved working alongside Joel, Jared, and Josh, and was a wealth of knowledge and support. His ability to find equipment and parts was quite impressive. He loved having coffee and chatting along the way. Estate sales, garage sales, and auctions were a favorite hobby for Pete. He was always on the lookout for a great deal and loved to bargain and trade. He liked to know what people were looking for and would call if he ever found it. Pete and Melody later built a home in Farwell, and he loved having his kids and grandkids at the house to play and swim. He loved celebrating each and every grandkid's milestone and accomplishments, and often would sit quietly while listening, smiling, and taking it all in. His family loved him beyond measure, and he will be greatly missed. Pete's family extends the sincerest gratitude to everyone that has prayed and helped him through Pete's difficult journey. The memorial service for Pete Hettinga will be Tuesday, July the 12th at 11 a.m. at Hamlin Memorial Methodist Church, 324 5th Street, Farwell, Texas, 79325. Pete is preceded in death by his parents, his father-in-law, Reverend Edward Fisk, his brother-in-law, Jim Ninus. Pete is survived by his siblings, Annie Ninus, Hein, Ellen Hettinga, Ted and Eileen Hettinga, his loving wife of 48 years, Melody, their 3 children, Joel and Madeline Hettinga, Jared and Mackenzie Hettinga, and Joshua and Christy Hettinga, and their 9 grandchildren, Connell, George, Hudson, Frank, Lacey, Emmett, Marjorie, Grant, and Savannah Hettinga. All survive him. In lieu of flowers, please consider a donation in Pete's honor to one of the following organizations benefiting children and families in our local area: the Double Shoe Classic Car Show, benefiting Snack Pack for Kids, the Bluebonnet Home Health and Hospice at 304 East 11th Street in Freona, or a cancer-related charity of your choice. And repeating, there will be a memorial service for Pete Hettinga on Tuesday, July the 12th at 11 in the morning at Hamlin Memorial United Methodist Church in Farwell, Texas. Please keep this family on your prayer list today. Well, we had a brand new minister premiere at the First United Methodist Church this past Sunday, July the 3rd. Make sure to go to the website, muleshoetv.com, and hear David Maccabee in his first Sunday and his sermon at the First United Methodist Church here in Muleshoe. Go to muleshoetv.com, and you can click on the top left of the website under the First Methodist tab, and then under that you can find all of the First Methodist content, which includes this past July the 3rd. His sermon was The Character of Freedom, and we'll have more about David Maccabee in the coming weeks here on the Muletrain. Well, we're already into July, and next month we will begin football here in Texas and the South Plains, Panhandle areas. We will start out with the 2022 Muleshoe Mules football schedule with 2 scrimmages, of course. The first one will be August the 12th here in Muleshoe versus Dimmitt. It will begin at 6 p.m. at Benny Douglas Stadium. Then August the 18th, we'll have a scrimmage versus Wellington at Tulia at 6 p.m. Then the first game will be on August the 26th at Littlefield. So we're going to kick off with Littlefield at 7 p.m. that Friday, August the 26th, the season for real. And, of course, as we mentioned before, Littlefield dropped down to Division II for football, so they're no longer in our district, but we will still play them in the non-district season and kick off the 2022 schedule with them. September the 2nd, we will be in action again on the road at Lamesa at 7 p.m. September the 9th will be homecoming versus Friona right here in Muleshoe. The game starts at 7 p.m. September the 16th will be on the road at Tulia at 7 p.m. September the 23rd will be against Abernathy here in Muleshoe. It will be the Mule Up Against Childhood Cancer game, and it kicks again at 7 p.m. September the 30th will be versus Brownfield here in Muleshoe at 7 p.m. Then we will begin district action on October the 7th at Bushland at 7 p.m. We'll have an open date on October the 14th. October the 21st will be the Pink Out game. It will be here in Muleshoe versus Amarillo River Road at 7 p.m. October the 28th will be on the road at Shallowater at 7 p.m. And then senior night, youth football night, will be November the 4th. Here in Muleshoe at Benny Douglas Stadium at 7 p.m., and that will end the regular season. So we'll, of course, be broadcasting all those games, live streaming the ones we can, and then doing a full delayed broadcast if we can't do the live stream for the 2022 Muleshoe Mules varsity football season. The Salvation Army will be here in Muleshoe next week, Friday, July the 15th, at the Bailey County Courthouse, 300 South 1st Street, from 10 in the morning until noon. And they can assist you with paying for utilities, rent, a food box if you need it. Utility assistance, you must have a disconnect notice and your ID number. Rental assistance, you must have an eviction notice, a W-9, proof of income, and ID. Hope Totes will be giving out boxes of food for those in need. That's the Salvation Army. Will be here in Muleshoe Friday, July the 15th at the Bailey County Courthouse, 300 South 1st Street, 10 a.m. until noon. And if you need help with utilities, rent, or a food box, come in. If you need utility assistance, must have a disconnect notice and ID. Rental assistance must have an eviction notice, a W-9, proof of income, and ID. And they will have Hope Totes, which will be food boxes to give out for those who are in need of assistance with food. Again, Friday, July 15th, 10 a.m. till noon at 300 South 1st Street, the Bailey County Courthouse. We'll be back with more Muletrain News in just a few moments. This edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
I am Isla Reynolds, and I know enough about quality, authentic Mexican food to know it gets no better than Leal's Mexican Restaurant at 1010 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, Texas. The yummy chips and salsa enchiladas made with love and finest of ingredients. Dine in now or carry out by calling 806-272-3294. The original in business since 1957, Leal's Mexican Restaurant in Muleshoe, Texas.
And brand new on the menu right here at the original Leal's in Muleshoe is the Sun Salad. Crisp romaine mixed with fresh corn, red onion, red bell pepper, feta cheese, and grilled chicken, along with a sun dressing. The Sun Salad, now available at Leal's Mexican Food Restaurant right here in Muleshoe, Texas. The summer is heating up, and Frying Cocks and Muleshoe 401 South First Street is your locally owned hometown stop to beat the heat. Huge new selection of Habit men's or women's River Guide and Bell Coast River shirts, the most comfortable shirt you can wear, very breathable, cool, and a huge variety of colors. Buy one, get one free now in remaining selection of plants now at Frying Cocks right here in Muleshoe 401 South First Street. Get in now to cool down with a new fan, including box fans, 16-inch pedestal fans, 20-inch air circulators, the huge 36 and 42-inch drum fans. Lots of air conditioners in stock now, including the portable 9,000 BTU air conditioning and window mount air conditioning units, 5,000, 8,000, or 10,000 BTUs. Special of the month at Frying Cocks, good through July, is the translucent 7-pattern pistol nozzle, marked way down to only $2.97 while supplies last. Also at Frying Cocks, a huge selection of revolving sprinklers, traveling tractor sprinklers, impact oscillating spot and stationary sprinklers, plus 25 to 100 foot light to heavy duty garden hoses also available. Looking for something to totally remake your garden or yard? Frying Cocks has a large selection of railroad ties in now and available. Make sure to watch our Facebook pages next week. The last week of June, we'll have a great Facebook giveaway. Frying Cocks, located at 401 South First Street in Muleshoe, Texas. They're open Monday through Saturdays, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. The winner of the summer fireworks giveaway that we held this past week was Tori Hunt. She won an 8-gallon stainless steel wet dry vac from Channel Lock, given to her by Fry and Cox here in Muleshoe 401 South First Street. And you can see her pictured on the Fry and Cox or the Gil Lamb Facebook pages now. Tori Hunt, again, congratulations, the winner of the Channel Lock 8-gallon stainless steel wet dry vac from Fry and Cox here in Muleshoe at 401 South First Street. Well, it's time now for the weather forecast, brought to you today by K&K Pharmacy, located right here in Muleshoe at 1411 West American Boulevard, your hometown home-owned pharmacy. See Christine, the pharmacist, or any of her very helpful employees, or you can call 806-272-7511. They can deliver directly to your home right here in the Muleshoe area. And they remind you to don't wait to vaccinate, beat the rush, and get your back-to-school immunizations early. Right now at K&K Pharmacy, school is right around the corner, so why not get ahead of the game and get your back-to-school vaccinations now? No appointments are needed. Just call if you want more information. 806-272-7511, or bring your kids in to 1411 West American Boulevard, K&K Pharmacy, right here in Muleshoe. They also remind you during all these big family outings during the summertime, sun protection is very important for children and adolescents to prevent them from being exposed to harmful UV rays. Be sure to choose a sunscreen that is SPF 30 or higher and reapply every 3 hours or after any prolonged exposure to the water. And of course, they have sunscreens perfect for your kids, also adults, available now, right now at K&K Pharmacy, 1411 West American Boulevard. 806-272-7511. They can deliver to your home right here in the Muleshoe area. You can come in the store or use their very convenient drive-thru on the west side of the building. They're open Monday through Fridays, 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. at K&K Pharmacy right here in Muleshoe. K&K Pharmacy brings you the weather forecast along with the rain video that you're watching right now, as I just stood on the porch and filmed some last night on Thursday evening as a storm came up. It was some very intense lightning and some really good, nice soaking rain here on Thursday evening in the Muleshoe area. Also, we want to remind you that now on our Twitter feed, which you can also find, on Twitter at Channel 6 Muleshoe, or on the bottom left corner of our website, muleshoetv.com. Every morning when I read the National Weather Service gauges, I put up that same information I send to the Weather Bureau on our Twitter feed. So this morning, the max temp from Thursday was 98. The minimum temp was 66. The current temp when I read the gauges at 7:28 a.m. this morning was 70, and we had received 7/10 of an inch of rain on Thursday evening total. So that was quite a blessing. But find that on the Twitter feed, bottom left corner of our website, muleshoetv.com. So far this week, we've had a great week. As on Monday, July the 4th, overnight it was probably about 10:30, 10:45 at night when we got some rain. We got 19 100ths of an inch of rain here at Channel 6. The Muleshoe Mesonet station 2 miles south of town got 15 100ths. The Earth Mesonet next to Tolk Plant got 11 100ths of an inch of rain. On the next day, on Tuesday, July the 5th, we got 23 100ths of an inch of rain. Here at Channel 6, the Muleshoe Mesonet got 12 100ths. And the Earth Mesonet, the Earth Mesonet got 12 100ths, and the Muleshoe Mesonet only got 2 100ths on Tuesday. Then yesterday, on July the 7th, again, we got 7/10 of an inch of rain here at Channel 6. The Earth Mesonet only got 5 100ths. Can you believe that? Right next to Tolk Plant, not too far away, we got 7/10 here at Channel 6. They got 5 100ths. The Muleshoe Mesonet station 2 miles south of town got 55 100ths of an inch of rain. I spoke with Jeff Kaufman over in the Richland Hills area of town, and they got yesterday evening an inch of rain right at his house. And you're watching some scenes brought to you by K&K Pharmacy of the rain and intense lightning from Thursday evening. That's July the 7th, 2022, right here in Muleshoe from yesterday evening. And all this rain puts us for the week at the Muleshoe Mesonet station at 72 100ths of an inch of rain, so about 3/4 of an inch of rain. Here at Channel 6, we got an inch and 12 100ths, and the Earth Mesonet station has 29 100ths of an inch of rain. For the year 2022, the Muleshoe Mesonet station has 4 inches and 92 100ths, so right under 5 inches of rain for 2022 at the Muleshoe Mesonet station 2 miles south of town. Looking at our 7-day forecast, this pattern sort of continues on through the weekend and into next week, although we're going to warm up quite a bit at the start of next week. As this afternoon for Friday here in Muleshoe, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 4 p.m. Mostly sunny, high near 96 degrees. East-northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour becoming south. A 30% chance of rain, showers and thunderstorms again tonight, mainly before 1 a.m. Mostly cloudy, low around 69. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour becoming northeast after midnight. A 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow on Saturday. Mainly after 1 p.m., sunny, high near 95 degrees. North-northwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour becoming southeast in the afternoon hours. A 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 1 a.m. Saturday night. Partly cloudy otherwise with a low around 68. Sunny and hot on Sunday, high near 97 degrees. South winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Then mostly clear Sunday night. Low around 71. South wind around 10 miles per hour, so no rain chances on Sunday as of today. Monday, sunny and hot. Again, high near 101 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour becoming south-southeast in the afternoon hours. Then Monday evening, the rain chances come back into the forecast with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before 1 a.m. Monday night. Partly cloudy, low around 68. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon hours on Tuesday, mostly sunny, high near 92, so cooling down quite a bit. East-northeast winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Tuesday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms again, mostly cloudy, low around 60. Wednesday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny, high near 88 degrees. Wednesday night, a slight chance of showers or thunderstorms, mostly clear, low around 63. Then Thursday next week, sunny, high near 92. So lots of rain chances. None of them are really big, but we will take them all. As if you can get 0.2, 0.3, 0.7 of an inch of rain once or twice a week, you're in good shape here in the Muleshoe area. So a good weather forecast for the next 7 days, brought to you by K&K Pharmacy right here in Muleshoe. I was just informed by Bailey County Judge Sherry Harrison that the Commissioner's Court has temporarily lifted the Bailey County burn ban until sundown on Friday, July 15th next week. So the burn ban has been temporarily lifted here in Bailey County until sundown on Friday, July the 15th, due to the rains from this past week. Speaking of weather, the National Weather Service guys out of the Bureau in Lubbock were here in Muleshoe yesterday morning, and they honored Mom with a certificate and a pin as a family, beginning with my dad, and then after he died, Mom took over, and now I have taken over, as we have worked 18 years to be the observation point for the National Weather Service Bureau out of Lubbock here in Muleshoe, as we have the equipment here in the backyard, and we enter it in every morning. That's why now, since I'm doing it, you can see those updated every morning in our Twitter feed, the highs and lows, current temperature, and the 24-hour precipitation. But John Lipe, who is a senior service hydrologist and meteorologist out of the Weather Bureau offices in Lubbock, presented Mom with this plaque. She's done it for 8 years, and you can see Mom and John pictured on our TV screen here, rotating in the Muletrain news program, along with the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. Along with him was Gary Squira, the observing program leader with the Weather Service out of Lubbock as well. And thanks to both of them for coming by and presenting this plaque to Mom and I. 18 years, again, our family has been the observation point for Muleshoe for the Weather Bureau out of Lubbock. Well, we heard at the Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce 4th of July parade as they went past that Suzanne King is the new principal at Watson Junior High School, replacing Melvin Nusser. You could hear that as well being announced during the parade on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. But congratulations to Suzanne King. Of course, she was Suzanne Messenger and grew up right here in Muleshoe, and now is the principal at Watson Junior High School, replacing Melvin Nusser. We went up yesterday to the administration offices and found out that Mr. Greg Hill, who was the former assistant MHS principal, is now the assistant superintendent, replacing Dana Heathington. And so that is a great replacement for Dana. Mr. Greg Hill, if you don't know Greg, he's a really good guy, and now the MISD assistant superintendent up underneath Dr. R.L. Richards at the Hill in the administration building. The assistant MHS principal is now Greg Amons, who's a really great guy as well. And also some more moving around in the Muleshoe schools. Noemi Mora, who was the assistant administrative assistant for the superintendent, Dr. Richards, is now in the head of payroll for the Muleshoe schools. And the administrative assistant is now Misty Simmons, taking her place. And if you don't know who Misty is, of course, Misty is the former Misty Richardson, who is the daughter of Gene Richardson, who had that job for many, many years. And so she comes by being the administrative assistant for the superintendent Superintendent honestly. And good luck to Misty. Noemi Mora, who's now the head of payroll. Greg Amons, the new MHS assistant principal. The new MISD assistant superintendent, Greg Hill. And then, of course, the new principal at Watson Junior High School is Suzanne King. Of course, I think there's probably some more new hires in the Muleshoe School. We'll get all the teachers and staff members come August, but in the administration, those are all the ones that we know of now. And if we have some more updates, we'll give them to you as school gets closer. Again, Suzanne King, the new principal at WJHS. Greg Hill, the new assistant MISD superintendent. Greg Amons, the new MHS assistant principal. Noemi Mora is head of payroll in the Muleshoe schools. And Misty Simmons is the new administrative assistant for R.L. Richards, the superintendent. The Muleshoe Area Medical Center reminds you, get vaccinated. Muleshoe, for you, your family, for your community, and for your country. You can get vaccinated right here at home at either of their clinics. Call for an appointment today, 806-272-4524. The Muleshoe Area Medical Center with 2 clinics to serve you. And you can get your vaccination right here in Muleshoe. Continue your recovery close to home as well. If your loved one needs more time to heal after an illness, injury, or surgery, the Swing Bed program can help out. Call the Swing Bed coordinator at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 806-272-4524, or go by their website online, muleshoehospital.com/recovery for more information. Well, this past Saturday, they held all the 4th of July celebrations here in Muleshoe, sponsored, of course, the majority of them by the Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce, and it was a very successful day. Lots of people, a big parade, and lots of vendors, and a very fun time all afternoon. And then, of course, that evening, the Muleshoe Volunteer Fire Department shot off a successful fireworks display in the new city park. You can see around 2.5 hours of video from all of the celebrations on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. Brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, Burton Service Center, Dell Oil Company, Lance Insurance, High Tech Automotive, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Randall Field CPA, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Bailey County Farm Bureau, Scott Miller, Muleshoe ISD, McDonald's Restaurant, 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, McCormick Seeds, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Precure Electric, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Mohawk Auto Parts, Muleshoe Housing Authority, K&K Pharmacy, Bammert Seed, Irrigation Pumps and Power, WTG Fuels, Muleshoe Livestock Auction, and Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association. Again, about 2.5 hours of video content available on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, of all of the 4th of July activities from last Saturday, July the 2nd. Now, the Chamber Parade winner was 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, and their float. They had a great one, so make sure to go and see it in the video. The winners in the Little Miss and Mr. Firecracker pageant, which you can see in its entirety in our video. The under 1 division, the Mr. was Messiah Regalado. The Little Miss winner was Skylar Brown. In the 1 to 3-year-old division, Antonio Avilas and Kaylani Bunrostro. In the 4 to 6-year-olds, Jacob Contreras and Renly Watley. In the cornhole tournament, first place team, we don't have the full names on these, but dad and son, that team won first place in the cornhole. Second was Dallas and Alicia, and the third place team was Carlos and Eric. Much, much more like the frog and turtle races, along with I tried to film every one of the vendor booths. I don't think I got them all, but nearly all of them, all of the cars, and of course the fireworks display from Saturday evening. The Muleshoe Water Park is open, reopened. They had to close last week through the weekend for some repairs, but they are back open in the northwest corner of the new city park. And they are open Tuesdays, 1 until 6. Ladies only night every Tuesday night, 6:30 until 8. Wednesday, 1 until 6. Thursday, 1 until 6. And then Friday, 1 until 8 p.m. Then teen night is every Friday night, 8:30 until 10 p.m. Saturdays, they're open 1 until 8. And then Sunday, open 1 until 6 at the Muleshoe Water Park. It's always a fun time. Join us every Sunday at 11 a.m., MuleshoeTV.com. Either of our Facebook pages, Gillam Channel 6 Muleshoe, our Twitter feed, Channel 6 Muleshoe, or our YouTube channel, Gillam Advertising. We live stream the First Baptist Church in their Sunday morning worship services. This coming Sunday, the message will be, How Do You Like Your Grace, Cheap or Costly? From Deuteronomy 30, 9 through 14 by Dr. Stacy Connor. And that will be on our website, MuleshoeTV.com, along with all our social media websites as well. Then we have a delayed broadcast from the First Baptist, or the First Methodist Church, and their new minister, David Maccabee, and then, of course, Jeff Kaufman, the minister at the Calvary Baptist Church, the full service from the Calvary Baptist Church, and then the message by Brother Jeff Kaufman. Well, on your prayer list today, please remember Tyrone Clemens. Keep on your prayer list Terry Byers, Gabby Stone, Tina Castillo, Betty Ennis, Cliff Black, Tom and Linda Watson, Dorothy Wire, Kearney Scoggin, Marjorie Morgan. Remember Connie Alanis, along with her husband Robert, Jerry Hicks, Doris Scott, Ruby Green. Keep Mom Megan Reynolds on your prayer list today. Her speech therapy is over with. She was doing outpatient speech therapy every week in Lubbock. Remember Ed and Carol Cox on your prayer list today, please. Remember all those who have recently lost a loved one, including the family of Pete Hettinga, the family of Jim Young, the family of Saul Sanchez needs to be on your prayer list today. The family of Billy Joe Embry, the family of Eva Neldell, the family of Marlene Martin, the family of Trey Fontrop. Please keep the family of Mary Alice Rom, the family of Barbara Blackman, and the family of Mary Elizabeth Powell on your prayer list today. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program, along with all our archived older ones, available free of charge on demand on our website, MuleshoeTV.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith, Adventures in No Trees. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at BCEC. COOP.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
No Trees, Texas is a long way from having a national forest, but there are some trees there.
The oil companies moved in there and they built camps. This was back before 1950. Phillips had one. Shell had the big one because there was a Shell plant there. There were a number of camps, and they planted elm trees. So when you drive through there are still more trees than people.
Carrie Peacock of San Angelo grew up in No Trees and says a lot of those trees burned when some Boy Scouts set fire to tumbleweeds gathered along a fence row.
The man who named it was Charlie Brown, the leading citizen there. He owned a oil trucking firm, and his wife was the postmistress. And when they set up the post office, they had to name it. He wanted to call it Had a Call Corner, but that was already taken. So he looked around and he said, well, there are no trees, and that stuck.
You don't find many people from No Trees. Is there any type of a reunion there?
No, and I've been trying to put one together, but we do have on Facebook a Facebook page. Kids that grew up there or have put pictures of their parents and stuff like that.
Carrie went to elementary school in No Trees.
I like to say that my last year there closed it down.
He attended Hardin-Simmons and became a preacher. He served some time in the Northwest, and once he conducted a funeral that had just a few people attending. Carrie was asked to be a pallbearer. When he picked up the casket, the body fell out.
We took about 2 steps, and that bottom just fell out. And the street part of it stayed up on the gurney, and the head went all, she was to the floor. The funeral home director was absolutely white as a sheet. They sued him out of business. They sued the casket company out of business. I should have sued somebody, because every place I went from there on, they'd say, are you the guy?
Carrie Peacock of San Angelo is a stockbroker, missionary, and newspaper columnist. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.